Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And it is your host, Vicky Mudiora, the host with the most. And the show is Vicky's Fire Chat Reviews. So tonight we have an extremely hot, interesting review about the past few shows that we've been airing. My goodness, let me tell you guys what. It's been hot, and not just hot when it comes to the show or the topic, but it's also been hot for me. Having brought the topic up, the LGBTQ topic has raised a lot of emotions, and it's not just been hot when it comes to the conversations, when it comes to the guests, it's also been hot for me. And so many people have said so many things when it comes to the comments. And some of my friends have questioned, why would you even bring that guest? Why do you even promote that kind of conversation, that kind of community? And I've seen a lot of hatred in the comment section. So many people commenting very, very intense comments that display anger, hatred, and such intense, like hasira wewe, like they're not supportive, of course. And it's okay to not support. That's actually, everybody has their own opinion about things and about topics, and everyone has a choice of what they would want to support and what they wouldn't. But what worries me most is the intense hatred I felt when it comes to the topic itself, how people view it out there and how people even think about the whole community. And hey, guys wanaweza ongea vibaya. Guys really waliongea vibaya hapa nje kuhusu the community itself as a whole, and of course even the guest, the things he talked about. And I really appreciate Dennis Karori, by the way. I commend him for even coming out to talk to us and coming to the show to speak about his own experience, his journey, his some of his situations. I'll go through to stuff here and there, and it's not easy for anyone to even come out and talk about his personal situations that he went through, especially sexual ones. And so for that, I really commend him, and I appreciate his availability and his time, and most especially his openness towards this conversation, and even having the guts, the confidence to come out and speak this out loudly on my show. And so I have my reviews tonight that I would want to really talk about, and I don't know how guys are going to receive it out there. And I just want to begin by saying this. Fire Chat is about bringing all topics, whether you like the topics or you don't, so long as they are affecting our society, they are affecting our children, they are affecting our neighborhood, they are affecting our church, they are affecting everything, even the economy. I'm going to talk about it. And I'm sorry if maybe I might offend you in the process because of talking about these things. But a time has come where we have to speak about these things. Isi time ya kufunikia mambo. Because either way, if you don't talk about it, someone else will. And it is rather people hear about it from a constructive, positive informant. It is rather what we see from the right sources, from the right direction, from people who have interest in fixing that situation. But sisi tumekuja kukua ignorant sana. We only want to talk about the good. We only want to talk about things that are not shameful. We only want to talk about things that don't expose things. And that is why we are growing from bad to worse. Because history ya kufunikia, unafunikia vitu. We are not gonna cover things up anymore. We are literally gonna be turning everything apart. Tutakuwa tunararua hizi situations, tunazikagua, tunajua what exactly is the problem and what it is us guys can do. What is it that we can do to change the situation, to make a difference? Because if we're going to wait for people from the outside countries to come and help us out, then we are going to really wait. Change begins with us. It's about you, wherever you are. Hata kama ni hapo kwa ploti, hapo kwa kibandaski, hapo kwa kaneighborhood kenu. You can bring change from right there. And that little tiny drop of change that you pour into that neighborhood can spread very quickly if you have no idea. But the thing is, we are all shy about talking about these things, yet they truly do affect us. I am gonna speak about these situations, and I don't have to shy off about it. They're real. LGBTQ is here. And these things are happening. Some of them are happening under your roof. Some of them are happening in your community, in your neighborhood, with people that you really know very well, actually. People you interact with. But you guys don't want to talk about it. Mnafunikia. How are we going to solve it? Higher. On the other hand, the other thing I want to talk about is this hatred spirit. Ndio, we don't have actually to support LGBTQ. You as a person don't have to support gay or lesbians. You do not have to support them. And I don't advocate for it. Me, I believe in being straight. It's what I believe the Bible would want us to do. I believe in what God intended us to be, which is being straight. That's what I believe in. But at the same time, I also believe in unconditional love. I believe in loving your neighbor as you love yourself. It's the same Bible that says that. And so, the reason as to why I brought this guest is because I wanted first to understand it. I didn't know what it is about. Of course, I knew it's about the same sex, that people like having a sexual intimacy of the same sex. I knew that everybody knows. But how does it even happen? How does it even come in? How does someone even change? How do they turn? What do you look at when someone is turning? If it's happening in your own home and maybe your child is going through it, how would you as a parent know? I wanted to study it. I wanted to understand it, because if I'm going to try and undo it, or if I'm going to try and handle it, suppose it happens to someone I know, how would I handle that person? I cannot handle someone like that or try to even undo it if I actually don't even know what it is about. So I came to realize so many things when Dennis was talking. And it's not just Dennis. I have been researching on these situations and listening to other people who are in the LGBTQ community. And I picked a few things that were a concern to me. One of the biggest things I realized is that we need to be considerate about these people. And not being considerate in the sense of I'm asking you to accept them. I'm not asking you to accept them, but I'm asking you to ask yourself why. Why are they in it? What happens? Because we need to understand, and you guys need to know that these are not aliens. They are humans. Humans. They have feelings. They have emotions. They were created by God. And so, we need to understand some of them come from very broken pasts. I realized that for someone to even turn or become an LGBTQ community, I mean, like be a gay or a lesbian or transgender or whatever, some of them have a story behind it. And some of them have very, very heartbreaking stories. Some of them have issues that they've been in and things that you have never even heard of. They come from very, very emotional place. They've had to go through a very difficult time. Some of them come from very broken families. Some of them come from very broken relationships. Like, say, in their families, how they were raised, they're seeing their mom and dads, how their relationship were. There's something that was happening maybe in their families. Some of them, it's about where they grew up, the people they were hanging out with. Some of them, it's the schools, the high schools, which I hear it's actually the breeding space. It's where they all are coming from. And they have very deep, heartbreaking backgrounds. And so before we even judge, we need to understand they are humans. And I'm not defending them. My idea, my reviews on this issue is that we need to know that we have to love one another unconditionally. And some of these situations don't have to be handled by hating other people. They don't have to be handled by hatred. They don't have to be handled by being aggressive and killing. No. There are situations that we can change by loving these people, by trying to understand them. We have to preach the gospel of love for us to even try and change them, if we want to change them. There are things you cannot change by using force. There are things you cannot change by harassment. There are things you cannot change by killing. There are things you can change by sharing a loving feeling with them. Some of these things we can change by loving these people. Some of these things we can change by going around them in a smart, intelligent way. These people are extremely intelligent, by the way. I have never understood how, but most LGBTQ community, they're so intelligent, they're so smart, they're so fashionable, they're so stylish, they're so aggressive, they really know how to make money. They are trying to change the world. And how can we try and also preach the gospel positively by trying to change them? Not by killing. Not by killing. I will not advocate killing. I will not advocate killing. I don't support it. I don't support it. But I will not try and change them by hating on them. I'm not going to hate on them. I'm not going to preach killing them. I've had so many gospel artists preaching at they should be stoned to death. If we start preaching that, then I think we are all going the wrong way. The reason I'm saying we are all going the wrong way is this. If we are going to fight this, kama tunataka kukashifu hii story vizuri na tunataka kuikashifu na Biblia, nataka uangalie kuna mahali Yesu alikuta a prostitute akitaka kuchapwa na mawe. Akawaambiaje? Kama hauna dhambi, be the one to cast the first stone. Acha niwaambie, there is no big or small sin. Hakuna dhambi kubwa na dhambi ndogo. We need to have that very clear. And that's why mimi mtafikiri na wa support. Me I'm for straight. Me I support being straight. But again, mimi sitasema ati niko na. Me I don't have the power to judge. I do not believe there is any human being who has the power to judge. No one has the power to pass judgment on anyone. Because hata ukijiangalia uko na dhambi zako. What makes you think hiyo dhambi yako ni ndogo kuliko ya huyo? Dhambi ni dhambi. Iwe kubwa, iwe ndogo. Wewe pastor mwenye unafanya immorality kwa church. Wewe pastor mwenye unalala na tudem wa kwaya. Wewe ukiwa mwizi. Wewe mwenye unafanya prostitution. Wewe mwenye unafanya murder. Wewe mwenye unafanya molestation ya watoi, pedophiles. Wewe mwenye unafanya corruption. Wewe mwenye unadanganya. All these things are sins. Let's not start ati kufanya ikaini kama kuna dhambi kubwa na kuna dhambi dogo. Hakunanga hivyo. Kama we seriously want to look at the Bible, ni sawa, let's go to the Bible. Ni wapi zimewekwa kwa nini quantity ati ndio kubwa kuliko ingine? Mimi nataka kuna mtu kabisa anataka ku express ati story na Bible, kuja unionyeshe ni wapi ziliwekwa quantity. So if you want to point fingers on them, you have to start pointing fingers with yourself. Because hata labda unawaongelelea venye wanafaa kuuliwa ama venye wanafaa kukastiwa stones na wauliwe, yetu wewe jana hata ukulala kwako. Yetu wewe jana ulichukua hata doza mtu. Jana ulililisha mtu mahali. You can't tell me ati kuna sin kubwa na ndogo. So if we really want to change these people, if we really want to change the society, how about we do it in a strategic way? Let's not use hate to change anyone. Hate has never won, but love wins. By the way, I interacted with Dennis and he's such a human being. He's such an amazing human being. Kuna roho poa. Ni mseani ana interact na we na roho poa. He has a big heart. What he chooses to love and who he chooses to get sexual with is none of my concern. Of course, I'll tell him I don't like it, but I'm not going to hate on him for his choices. It's his choice. And in any case, situachie Mungu kazi yake. God will deal with his sin just the same way he's going to deal with mine. Mimi niko na dhambi zangu. Kwa sababu labda tukiangalia sexual life yako, uko na madem 17. So what makes you think you're not doing wrong? What makes you think uko sawa? Uko na madem 17 umefuga mahali, ulishadamp wife yako, hata ujuangi wanakulanga nini, wanakunywanga nini, watoi wako hata labda wameshakuwa machokora huku kwa estate. Wewe unataka kupoint fingers ukionyesha na venyama LGBTQ ni wabaya. Na wewe ni mzuri na because uko na dhambi zako. My main point, and I need this to be very clear, and I hope mtanielewa. Kindly please don't misquote my information right here. Statement yangu nataka ikuwe imeeleweka vizuri. I am not for gay or lesbians. I don't agree with that. Lakini, I also don't believe in hating on them. I also don't believe in passing judgment on them. So I need you guys to understand my point of view. And so my point is, if you really want to change these people, how about we go strategically? Use love, compassion. Because actually, we're intelligent sana. There's such a vibe. Kama ni mtu tuko close na yeye I'm sure. What exactly happened? Why did it even get to this point? I'll try. But in a loving way. I'll try to understand it. And by the way, mkange mkijua, there are things you can't change by hate. Hata sasa tuseme kamba, uchukue kamba imejifunganisha. Hiyo kamba ukikuja uanze kuivurutanisha na force, itatangle kabisa. completely. But when you try to study it gently and go about it pole pole, ujue hii kamba imepitia hapa ikapitia hapa utaenda hivyo uiandu. There are things you do not have to use force. There are things we do not have to act like we are so holy and unajua si ndio tumekaribia bingu. No. You cannot. Let me ask you, and you can write a comment on these reviews, you can share, you can WhatsApp me, but at least I want to ask you a question. You who are hating on others, suppose I'm sure most of us tuko na watoi. Na watoi wanaenda high school. Na ama kama hata wataenda high school, watakutana na hizi situation. God forbid. Suppose mtoi wako ukutani wa hiyo community. Haujaijua, hujai pay attention, hata hajai allow ujue kwa sababu first of all amesikia ukipreaching hatred. Na wewe pia hujaitaka kupay attention to how it's even coming. Mtu signs and uwezi jua hata signs zake because hata utakangi kusikia anything about them. So hata ikihappen kwako kwenyewe kwa nyumba uwezi hata jua because you're so ignorant. So suppose one day you realize that your daughter or your son is one of them. Utamtoa huko nje ukimpiga na mawe, ukiitanga majirani kujeni tuwe mtoto wangu. Are you going to do that? Because if you can, then you are really, really not a good person. If you cannot do that to your own child, what makes you think you should do it to another person? What makes you think you have the power to do it to another person? Or to even preach to another person? But if you can do it to your own kid, don't do it to someone else. You don't have to associate yourselves with them. They don't even have to be around you. They don't have to be in your circle. But if you don't want to say anything positive about them, then at least don't say anything. But my main reason of bringing this topic up is that we need to preach love. And not just love. If we are really to focus on the Bible tells us that we should love our neighbors just as we love ourselves. If you should love your neighbor just as you love yourself, that neighbor can be a gay guy. That neighbor can be a lesbian. And we are not going to support these sins. But again, kuna law and order in the country. Kuna sheria na masharti kutumika. But killing is not one of them. Miki tundakashif na ndakashif kabisa. We are not going to kill. Let God do his job and let us do our job. Let's preach the gospel as it is. Let's not preach gospel where it favors us. Let's preach the gospel. Let's read the whole Bible the way it should be read. Let's read and understand each word the way it means. Tusikue tu tuna preach kwenye kuna tu favor. Kama ni kupenda mtu, penda mtu. Na kama if you feel it, yani mimi nasema usilazimishe kama yenyewe si haiwezekani. If you don't feel, don't force it. Let's not force issues. Wacha umse akae mbali na wewe. Because they don't have to be in your circle anyway. But tusihubiri chuki. And let's not pass judgment. But we also need as a society to find out what exactly is happening to our sons and daughters. Why is it that hii community pia imekuja tu imeinuka sana, imerise tu sana? Ni nini inaendelea? Is it because it was always there, ni vile watu wako wamecome out, ama sasa ndio watu wanakuwa recruited even more, ama sasa ndio breeding ina happen sana? What's exactly going on wrong? First of all, I believe relationships zetu tunafaa kuzifix. Because surroundings zetu, circles zenye tunaweka watoi wetu also matters. And also sasa hizi mashule zinasikika ati boarding school nini. I think we have to come up with a solution on how we handle these things and how they even come in. Mimi sijui tutafanya nini, but I believe there is a way. Because zimekuja zimerise tu sana. Zimekuja kuwa mingi sana hizi situ. Na I don't know kwa nini zina affect mostly the boy child. Tulipewa wanawake strength mingi sana. Girl child akapigwa support mpaka amepata nguvu sana. Kiasi boy child ameumia hapa nje. And we need to understand why is it the LGBTQ imeingia sana kwa wanaume. Ni nini inaendelea? The men, when you wanna bring up sons, please, gentlemen out there, if you umepata mtoi mahali na ni kijana, play your part as a man to raise that boy to be a man. And I'm not saying ati hao wenye ni LGBTQ hawakureiziwa kuwa men. But there is something that is wrong somewhere, because these situations mob una find out kuna brokenness from before, from way back. Kuna tu something that is wrong that happened in the past. Something is not right from where everything began. Relationships zimekuja tu kuwa complicated sana. Zimekuja kuwa ni drama, zimekuja kuwa hatuelewani. Yet hatutaki ku understand that exactly what happens in our homes affects our children. And then sasa vitu zikishaanza kulipuka hivi tunaanza kukashifu, mtoi amekuwa, mtoi amefanya. Ukiangalia ukweli ni sisi tuliweka hizi situations because of how we decided to raise our kids, the surroundings, the TV. Tumeexpose yanga watoi kuwatch movies zozote wanataka, phones, kila mtoi siku hizi ako na simu yenye anataka, ana watch everything. Hakuna limits za what they can watch. Tumewapa exposure way too much. Tukaeka kiboko chini. We've lost all our African qualities that we used to. And if I tell you, ask us at our time, sisi tulikuwa tunatandikwa mpaka unapumua yani. We used to be really put on track. And I'm not saying they have not been put on track, but I'm saying something is going on from the way we are raising our children, the exposure, the circle, the schools, how we've set rules out there in institutions, in colleges, in campuses, in high schools. And if we want to change the society, we need to figure out how we can go about this. We cannot go about it by kutumia kifua. I believe we cannot go about it by fighting them, by killing them. We cannot go about it that way. Is there a possible way we can come up with a solution of changing institutions, changing churches, changing surroundings, changing what is airing on TVs, on phones, on TikTok, social media? Is there a possible way the government can come up with some restrictions on what is airing out there? Like, there are so many things we can do, but we do it positively. It's really intense. Children are turning right in front of our nose, and we don't even know. Our children's surroundings, neighborhoods, mali wanaenda church, mali wanaenda shule, it's their friends hapo tu home. Shit is happening. Na ina happen right in front of you na hauwezi jua. Can you try and be observant? Can we try and raise kids in a proper way? Tuache kuexpose watoi so many things that they are not even supposed to see. Drama za marriages, hizi mnagombana mbele ya watoi, mna fight, mnashautiana, mnatukana na mbele ya watoi. These things affect our children. And some of them do inafika mahali wanaona, me, I wouldn't want to be in such a relationship. And I prefer to try something else. Because aliona budake na madhake wakipigana vako fulani, yeye anaona hizi hivyo. Can we try and do our fights privately? Yes, marriages are always going to have good and bad times. But can we have these disagreements and these fights privately? Can we try and fix our marriages? Can we try and fix our home? Can we try and listen to our children? Be friends with your child. I insist, be friends with your child. It's a thin line, by the way. It's a very thin line of where you put a line between being strict and being friends. But it's possible. You can have different emotions, different times, based on different circumstances. Wekanga time, sometimes just stop being on your phone as a parent and just give yourselves time with your children. Go out with them, go and watch a movie with them, go and play some games with them. Just for once, be a child. And right there is when they're going to start talking about some experiences they're going through. They're going to talk about their friends. They're going to talk about their teachers. They're going to tell you about some of the challenges they are facing. Lakini sisi wazazi tumeishi tuko tu kwa simu. Kila saa mtu anajaribu kuongelesha uwekagi simu chini. Na saa zile umeweka chini uko kwa movie. Haiwezekani. Us parents need to know that we need to stick as parents. Sometimes just put the phone down. Sometimes just put that laptop down. Chukua ball, cheza na watoi wako. Chukua kamba, cheza na watoi wako. Do some music, dance with your kids. Go out for lunch with your kids. Go for swimming with your kids. Let them talk to you. Sometimes just put an open space of conversations between the two of you, especially our teenagers. Ndio mtu ya kuwe na trust in you, that anaweza kukuentrust na information yoyote na ajue unaweza ihandle, so that even when shit happens, that kid can come and tell you, and you as a parent are able to help before it even becomes a situation. Lakini tumekuja tukaeka wall between us and the kids. Tumeacha watoi wetu wanatrainiwa na internet. Tumeacha watoi wetu wana learn from the social media. We are letting social media and internet raise our children. And then when trouble shoots, we are the ones who are here kugombana na kupreach hatred. Yet you did not even do something about the situation right in front of your own home. Because hatuwezi sasa shinda tukipigana na wenye wako wakubwa. Mtu ashakoma make decision yake alisha make. Mwache judgment yake na Mungu atadeal nayo. But we can make a difference to the young ones, the ones who are coming up. Can you try and be friends with your children? Can you try and build a relationship with them? When something is breaking them, can you try and learn what exactly is going on and try and help? Si lazima saa zote tutumie pia kiboko. But sometimes just use love to change your kids. Na sometimes kiboko pia inasaidia. It depends with what exactly you're dealing with. Let's do something about this situation, but it begins with you, right where you are. Let's try and make a change from where we are. The change begins with us. Don't use hatred, rather use love and compassion. You don't have to support LGBTQ. You don't have to support gay or lesbians, as I do not support them. But I will not preach hatred. Rather, I'll use love to change. Let's try and understand the situation for us to be able to either undo it or handle it if it comes. Killing has never been a solution. Let's not be the ones to pass judgment against each other. Sin is sin, regardless of how big or small. There is no big sin or small sin. And I know not most people will maybe support what I'm saying, but I will not preach hatred, and I will not preach killing each other. I will preach peace. Let's try and change the situation in a more strategic way, in a more loving way, in a more smart and intelligent way. Things are not okay. Things are thick. And so we have to figure how we should go about it. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your views. Positive or negative views are views. You don't have to support what I say. And I respect your opinions. I will always appreciate the fact that you're watching. You're my fans, and I love you guys so much for watching. And I believe we can change the nation together. I believe you can change the society from wherever you are. I hope to see you soon. Let's meet in the comment section. Share, share, share. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Kindly like and comment on Vicky's Fire Chat Talk Show on my YouTube channel, Vicky Muthiora. You can check me out on IG, V Muthiora. That is my personal IG account. Or you can also find me on Vicky's_Fire Chat. That is this Fire Chat's IG account. You can find me also on Facebook, Vicky's_Fire Chat. You can find me on Vicky Muthiora's page. You can also find me on Twitter, Vicky Muthiora. You can find me on TikTok, Vicky Muthiora. And you can also find me on YouTube. And on social media, my number is right there, 0700-391188. If you maybe want to have a conversation with me, or you want to have a sitting on Vicky's Fire Chat Talk Show, maybe you have a story that can change a life. My main purpose of starting this show is to bring change into the society, changing the relationships and how we understand them, trying to build strong foundations of relationships, trying to find solutions on the current issues that are affecting our relationships, be it with our spouses, be it with our parents, be it with our neighbors, be it with our exes, be it with our baby daddies, baby mamas, be it whoever. We have to build our relationships so that we can have a future. Our futures matters most as compared to our past. We do not focus on the past, rather we protect our future. And by protecting our future means we bring a change where we feel things are not working out. And bringing a change is finding solutions. And that's why I started Vicky's Fire Chat Talk Show. So if you have a story and you feel you have something so deep you'd want to share with the public to just change someone's life and bring a change in the society, you can call me on 0700-391188, or you can also WhatsApp me on the same number, or reach me on the social media platforms that are going down on your television or on your phone or on your laptop, whichever you're using, and you can talk to me. And don't worry, you can share whatever opinions you have. Opinion is opinion, and your opinion matters regardless whether it's positive or it's negative. Your opinion is your opinion, and people have a freedom of a speech. You can always say what you feel. It's gonna be respected either way. So until we meet next time, we have a new guest coming up next week. It's gonna be another topic, another different kind of situation as well that we need to address. Please stay tuned and share. Talk to your friends about my show. Please, let's pass this message so that guys can keep on watching the show as we bring change in the society. Until next week with a new guest, it's Vicky's Fire Chat Reviews with Vicky Muthiora, your host. I love you guys. See you next time.